Recording started.
Okay, we're going to talk about the angle between two vectors. Given two vectors A and B, the angle between them is, well, it's exactly what you see there. It's cosine inverse of the dot products between A and B divided by the product of their magnitudes. The equation was complicated, but let's start out with an example and see if we can make it mean more sense. All right, so here we go. I've got two vectors, A and B, and I want to find the angle between them. But the first thing I'm going to do is just find their magnitude. That's the very first thing I'm going to do. So the magnitude of A is equal to the square root of -4 squared plus 3 squared. So that's going to be equal to the square root of 25, which is just a plain old 5. The magnitude of B is going to be equal to the square root of 1 squared plus -2 squared, which is the square root of 5. So there we go. There's the two magnitudes that I need, 5 and the square root of 5. The next thing I'd like to do is find the dot product. So I want to find the dot product. And remember that A dot B is equal to the first component, that was -4, times the first component in B, which is just a 1, plus the second component in A, which was 3, times the second component in B, which was -2. So A dot B is equal to -4 minus 6, which is -10. Once I have the dot product and the two magnitudes, I really have everything that I need to find the angle between two given vectors. So let's put it all together. The angle between any two vectors, why am I writing in red? Let's change it to black. The angle between any two vectors is equal to the cosine inverse of this giant thing. Now it's supposed to be the dot product of A and B, but we now know that to be -10, divided by the product of their magnitude. So that's 5 times the square root of 5. Now, to be honest with you, I'm just going to plug that all into my calculator. So the angle between these two vectors is equal to the cosine inverse of, when I plug that into my calculator, I get -0.89442791. So angle theta must be equal to about 153.434948. I'll round that to the nearest tenth of a degree and get 153.4 degrees. That is the angle between the two vectors A and B. Now remember, all I had to do is find the magnitudes and the dot product and then put it all together. And you've got the angle between these two vectors.